Hey, what's up everybody? It's David here with Tough Guys TV. On this episode, we are back in the office. If you saw recently, we set up this Samsung TV as the monitor, built a bookshelf on social media, but now we have a new wall unit AC. I do have an AC duct in this room, but since it was like a converted porch and I have tons of windows in here, it gets super hot and it's the summer here in Texas. So I figured I would just unbox the one that we decided to go with in case maybe you see this one on sale at Home Depot as well and you wanted to take a grab at it. I'm gonna be replacing this LG thing. It is okay, it works for what it is, but it's super noisy, and since it doesn't go like in the window, it's always in the room, and it's always kind of a eyesore, and there's really nowhere to put it. So I kind of have like a couch on this side, and then this is the long desk over here for the office. So thanks for coming back to the channel. Hopefully this video helps you out if you decide to get one of these AC units. Social media links below. Let's get started. And here's the window unit AC that we decided to go with. It is the Toshiba here. There's the model number. Of course, we'll have a link for this in the description as well. Picked it up from Home Depot. I think it was 240 bucks. So 6,000 BTU, 250 square feet. This room is very small. It's just my office. Has some intelligent features, remote control, 1-year warranty. Let's open it up. Looks like there's some instructions inside right at the top. Another little packet of stuff. I'm guessing this is like a gasket to help you around the edge of the unit when it's in the window. Looks like here's the remote control, kind of in there with that. And then also some more of this stuff. And this looks like it actually has some tape on there, so there's some adhesive, I would assume, to help you out. And then some little tiny brackets as well. We'll take a look at this stuff closer in a minute. Power cable, this is 1/2, and this is to kind of fill the sides, other side. Some kind of a bracket here. It's got a foam piece on the back side. Here's what that looks like, a little bit closer up. All right, here's the unit. Let's get a closer look to it. It looks like they do include some decent installation instructions. I definitely recommend you take the time to fully understand what you're getting into before you start installing. It explains what all these components are. I've spent some time reading this. Let's show you the components that came in the box, and then we'll get this installed into the window opening. All right, so a helper came by to help me install the AC.
I'm the fish.
And who are you? I've never seen you before in my life.
I'm your son.
My son? I don't have any kids.
Liar.
All right, so are you excited to have some cool air in here while we're playing Minecraft in my office?
Yes.
I am, because it's super hot in the summer here in Texas, isn't it?
Texas is famous for deserts.
It's famous for deserts. You heard it here first. All right, now that we've got this set out, I grabbed that first piece that you saw during the unboxing, and this is what they call the top rail. So basically it is a channel that allows the two side pieces to fit into it. And here on the top, you see 4 screw holes, and those line up with those holes like that. So what you should have is 4 of these all lined up and ready to go. Now the side pieces there, Memphis, you got one of those? Yeah. All right, so these side rails are marked, and let's show them here. See right there, it says left. So this one goes on the left side. Can you hold that one for us? And this is the right side. So these are clearly marked. And basically what I can understand here is these are gonna slide into the rail there. And then there's another one right there on the bottom of the unit. So basically these two things right here frame it out inside the window opening, and then they are adjustable depending on how wide your window happens to be. All right, I had to come out to the shop. I did not have my screw gun. We have a video on the channel about the Skill drill driver. Actually, pretty much the entire power core lineup. If you are looking for a cordless kit, they have an impact driver, the drill driver, a jigsaw, a cordless orbital sander, the whole thing. So check out those videos here on the channel as well. This is the one we're gonna be using today. It's the drill driver, and the bit mag has all the bits that I'm going to need for today. All right, so inside the package, you should have 4 screws like this. They are tiny, they're in a little plastic bag, and they were with the remote control. And again, we brought in the Skill drill driver with a Phillips bit. You could probably use a hand screwdriver for this instead of using a screw gun, but it's what I had quickest. So definitely be careful with the screws, because I dropped one and it fell down inside the machine. I found the screw. I found it. 10 for 10, 10 out of 10. I don't recommend dropping a screw inside of this thing. It took like 20 minutes to get it out. I suffered, so you don't have to. There's that last screw for everybody. Hopefully I'll drop it again. All right, like we showed before, these are the side supports. This one is marked left. You have the top channel, and then there's that channel that's underneath. So the instructions show just kind of sliding these things into place. Obviously, you don't want the power cord trapped in there. That's going to need to be inside. There's the left side, and here's the one marked right. Now these two things kind of meet here in the middle. You see where they slide apart and slide together. They meet in the middle. They looks like they have locks that go down here on the sides, and then you can also strap these in here. That channel that goes in here, it looks like you have to pull this out past it. I was sitting here trying to figure out how to feed this little channel right here, this piece here, into those grooves. And my wife noticed that if you pull this out all the way past the edge, then you can slide it in. So we're gonna try that. And it looks like that's how it goes. Now I do not see this anywhere in the instructions that mention to do it that way, where you extend this out past the edge. So think about that before you install these. All right, this next part of the video is going to be for some of these smaller components. So these right here, these lock into the bottom lip, this edge that's down here that we were just looking at, and they help you screw to a vinyl clad window. They do give you a few machine screws for this. And you also have some screw holes around the perimeter of the frame. And there's another one right there. And then these pieces here, they sit down in that little lip, and then your screw would go through this and into the frame of the window. All right, here on this little ledge underneath, I put the foam that you peel adhesive off on the back, and I just stuck it down into this spot. Felt like that was the right place for it to go. Probably should have moved the couch in retrospect. All right, I'm trying to get the AC in the center of the window opening, and you can see how these two pieces here would extend out, and then they're gonna fit inside. And what you're gonna use is those hooks to help grab these two things and loop it over, and then pre-drill some holes through the frame and then through the window when it comes down and sits onto this spot here. I'm gonna put this foam down inside of the opening. All right, here's a rough idea of what you should be looking at once it's in there. I've got a little bit of the foam kind of sticking out, which you gotta clean that up a little bit, but depending on your window opening, it may be a little bit different. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough meat to get screws in like they want. I definitely can through this center hole, and I can definitely put those locks down here. And then they make another lock that goes up here to keep the window from being able to move up. Let's look at those locks and we'll try those next. All right, up here at the top, I couldn't figure out how to get their brackets installed. So we decided just to put some screws in either side of the window frame. I'm sure that is probably not what the manufacturer intended. These are 2-inch deck screws. They are exterior rated and they should be strong enough to hold this thing down. And down here, pre-drilled, put a hole in. And then here on the sides, we have to pull this up, then drill it, and then put those metal screws in to hold the top across. And down here in the corner, these last two locks right there, you can see I pre-drilled a hole. Sorry for my disgusting windowsill, but hey, there's the hole you can see drilled through. And I did the same thing here on the other side. All right, finally got that thing in. Those last two screws just went in pretty easy. Now I'm gonna plug it in and power it up and see how it works. Moment of truth. It is on at least. So now I gotta mess with some of these settings here and see how it works. It's got different modes: eco, sleep, LED. Guess that turns the LED off and on. That's kind of cool. Let's check it out. All right, well, that was actually a little bit harder than I thought. Hopefully by me showing how this gets installed, it helps you a little bit if you chose to buy this unit. So far, so good running it tonight. It's really nice. The remote control works really well too. It has some eco settings. You can shut the LED off if it's too bright, like if you're using it in a small room like this, but maybe it happens to be your bedroom. Overall, it's a lot more quiet than that last one that we had in here. I mean, by far, it's way quieter. And it does have multiple speed settings on the fan. So I left it running here in the last part of this video so you can kind of hear my voice versus the volume of this. Maybe it'll help you decide on buying this unit. Thanks for coming back to the channel. Links to social media as always. We'll have links to this below and anything else that I happen to mention. I'll have those links so you guys can find those products. Thanks so much. See you in the next project.